indisputable. Well, joining me now is North Carolina Congressman and House Republican Conference Secretary, Congressman Richard Hudson is here. Congressman, welcome to the program.
Hey, great to see you again, Grant. Thank you.
Well, it's great to see you, Congressman. It's been too long, but I wanted to ask you, when you read this report, what goes through your mind?
Well, the word you used, bombshell. What we learned, number one, is that this dangerous research was being conducted at this lab, paid for indirectly by the U.S. Number two, in many cases, these labs had all the safety protocols of a dentist office. I mean, outrageous. And number three, the links at which the Chinese went through to cover this up, in fact, began as early as September of 2019 when they were trying to cover up the research from this lab. So they obviously knew they had a problem and were trying to cover it up before the world even knew anything was going on.
You know, when I look at some of this, you mentioned September 2019. Middle of the night, they ask for $1 million to beef up security there, and then miraculously, the files for the viruses and samples all just disappear from this lab, Congressman.
Well, and this report also details that back in September or so, they were asking to upgrade the air filtration system and the waste system of the lab. So, again, that's a pretty big clue that they knew they had a problem and were trying to cover it up.
You know, we know they allowed travel to the rest of the world. China shut down travel within China from Wuhan, so they knew something was going on. What should happen to China now, in your opinion?
Well, they need to be held accountable. I mean, they allowed their citizens to leave China and come to our country and other countries after they knew they had a problem. In fact, as you say, they locked down domestic travel, but they were still allowing their people to leave to go to other countries. They are culpable in this. The more information we gain, the more questions we have. The Democrats in Congress really need to start paying attention and work with us. We've got to get to the bottom of this, and we need to hold China accountable.
Well, their direct cover-up, their misleading of the world cost us time, and I'm convinced it cost us lives. Before I let you go, you and I go way back to my days at the National Rifle Association and your support of gun owners. You were instrumental in this letter that was written to the ATF about pistol braces. They want to regulate braces for pistols. This is just the beginning if Joe Biden gets his way. They will regulate the Second Amendment out of existence. Am I wrong, Congressman?
You're exactly right. You know, President Joe Biden wants to take away our Second Amendment rights. He started with his ATF and these regulations. The first one is going to limit pistol stabilizing braces, which were designed for combat wounded veterans to allow them to continue to exercise their Second Amendment. We just had a press conference a few days ago. I had 9 of these combat wounded veterans in Washington with me. One of them said, you know, look, I don't have the ability to defend myself like I used to. This stabilizing brace allows me to defend my family. President Biden, don't take this away from me. Very powerful stuff. Yeah. So I would say to anybody listening today that cares about your Second Amendment and wants to defend our veterans, go to hudson.house.gov, my website, and you can have a link to make a comment directly to the ATF to tell them to stop this.
Yeah, this is really something to come if this David Chipman, an anti-gun lobbyist, gets the director of the ATF or to lead that agency. We would see more regulations like this, not legislatively. They're regulations, bureaucrats controlling how we exercise our freedoms. Not a good move. Congressman Richard Hudson, great to see you. You got to come back on again real soon, okay?
Love to. Thank you.